When my wife and I decided to become full-time travelers, we were excited for the new adventures we'd be having, but at the same time, we worried about every possible thing that could go wrong. Well, in this video, I'm going to be answering the question, what were your biggest fears about full-time traveling? I'm going to tell you which fears we now realize were ridiculous, but also tell you which fears we still have today. So one of the things that we worried about was our safety. You hear stories about travelers being robbed, you hear stories about how dangerous it is in other countries. Well, I can tell you that after traveling for over 2 years, we feel safer now than we ever did just living a normal everyday life back in our home city of Charlotte in the US. We still know that we could be a victim of crime anywhere in the world, but in hindsight, I think we may have been a little bit overly worried about our safety. We have a separate video just on our stories about safety that you can check out. We also worried that we might not be able to find specific supplies that we might want or need while traveling. For example, what if we needed a new backpack? Would we be able to find the right one? You can buy backpacks anywhere in the world, but we have become so dependent on Amazon.com and online shopping, where you have access to thousands and thousands of choices. So we've learned that we can find the supplies that we need anywhere in the world, and we've discovered that we don't need 50,000 varieties of whatever item it is we're looking for. We knew at some point that we would need to access healthcare while traveling. We're generally very healthy, but at the same time we are getting older, and we've had a few minor health issues that have come up. My wife had some dental work done in Peru, and then I injured my ankle in Argentina and had to go to the hospital there. And we've both had some routine medical and dental checkups in both Thailand and Malaysia. And I can tell you that all of our experiences with healthcare overseas have been excellent in both quality and price. Every now and then we might have an issue trying to find some over-the-counter medication that we can find easily back home, but overall the concerns that we had about staying healthy turned out to be nothing to worry about. One of the things that we worried about was whether or not our ATM cards would continue to work overseas, and that's because we had read stories online about American banks deactivating cards if you do not maintain a physical address in the United States. But so far, in over 2 years of foreign travel, we have not had any problems. We do have ATM cards from 2 separate banks, so if there's ever a problem with one of them, then we have a backup. One of the things that we tried to do before we became full-time travelers was estimate how much this was going to cost. We researched the prices of Airbnbs for the different places we were going to be going. We researched food prices, we researched transportation costs. We looked at the blogs of other full-time travelers to find out how much money they were spending, but we weren't sure how much we were going to spend because everybody lives a different lifestyle and we can't exactly replicate the lives of other bloggers. But we saw some people online who were spending a huge amount of money, traveling very luxuriously, while others were spending just a very bare bones budget. But for us, it turned out to be nothing to worry about. We've had no problem staying on our budget. And if you want to know exactly how much money we've spent in our 2 years of traveling, you can check out the video with the link up above there. We knew that in order to keep our costs down, we were going to travel slowly, and we were planning to spend a month in each place that we were going. And so we knew we were going to have a lot of downtime, and so we did worry a little bit about boredom. Now, something related to boredom that we didn't worry about was loneliness. We tend to be more introverted, and so we were really surprised when we found that we needed more socialization. And this is something we really had to learn how to deal with. We realized that we had to take the initiative to get out there and interact with the local people and with the expats. We have a video on this topic too that you can check out. Now for me, one of the biggest fears I had about becoming a full-time traveler was quitting my job. Now this wasn't a problem for my wife, but for me this was really difficult. I loved my job, I had been at the same job for 22 years, and I knew that once I quit my job, I would probably not be able to get the exact same job back again. And honestly, this is a fear that remains a little bit unresolved for me, and I do know that everything will work out okay, but at the same time, it's still something that I keep on my mind sometimes. If you missed any of the videos in our series about frequently asked questions we get as full-time travelers, you can check those videos out in the playlist that you see here. In the meantime, please subscribe to our channel and also be sure to take a look at our website at snailtravelers.com to find out more about our world travel adventure.